Hey guys, it's Bocce, and we're back with another Legacy Rug Delver League. Today we are running Rug Delver with Phyrexian Dreadnought. Uh, so in the meta, well, there's a bunch of like Hogak going on, and I guess what I'm not seeing is a crazy amount of control. And I just thought it might be cool to throw some Phyrexian Dreadnoughts in with a traditional Rug Delver list. I guess I'll get into how I built this a bit later. We'll just start the match here. But basically, Phyrexian Dreadnought lets you run 4 Stifles. Like a lot of lists are running 3 Stifles these days. If you get flooded out on Stifles, something you can do is hammer Phyrexian Dreadnought. And the idea is kind of the amount of unfair matchups that we're seeing. We can just get in there with Phyrexian Dreadnought. So this game I'm on the draw. And so hands like this without a creature are pretty sketchy, but there's so many wastelands and counterspells, and I have a force of will to buy time. I guess I'm gonna try this on the draw. Usually the plan on the draw is just to try to control, well, try to sort of counter what your opponent is doing. Maybe counter some cantrips and then start dropping creatures. Sometimes just throwing creatures at your opponent. Master Thopterist. So I guess I'm just going to go ahead and Daze here. It'd be nice to play Wren and Six next turn. But I just don't think that's in the cards. Definitely do want a Wasteland. Okay. Alright, definitely gonna Wasteland the Ancient Tomb. Try to force a will. Anything he does that might be good. Maybe Wasteland him again. Vault Scourge. Well, I think I'm okay with that. So this is a matchup where, like, if I draw Phyrexian Dreadnought next turn, pretty long shot, but that could be really good. Another Vault Scourge. Well, I'm okay with that. I don't know about playing Vault Scourge in this meta. I guess my opponent's obviously on some kind of Steel Stompy and wants to equip these things, but... Alright, moment of truth. What am I going to pitch here? Stifle or Pierce? Probably not about to draw Phyrexian Dreadnought, realistically. Guess Pierce could do some things. I guess Stifle, yeah, probably. Not that great. Try not to get sucked into the, danger of cool things. And just go for that Phyrexian Dreadnought. Alright, Vault Scourge number 3. My opponent is scourging it up here. So, guess I will Brainstorm. I can just put back Flooded Strand, most likely. I guess there's really no way I'm going to +1 Wren and Six. So I'm going to definitely doing this. Man, the card advantage is off the chain. I guess I don't need to hang on to Wasteland. I'm sure that these defenses will suffice for the turn. I have a second Wasteland, which is why I don't need to hang on to Wasteland. I'm sure that the defenses I have here will be satisfactory. Deploy Delver of Secrets. Spell Pierce their Force of Will. Well, there's no getting around how unbelievably awesome Wren and Six was in this matchup. Chalice? Glint Nest Crane. Well, we'll just go ahead and Daze this. Alright, that'll do it for my opponent. Okay, sideboarding. So just the one thing about Phyrexian Dreadnought lists, and well, JPA 93 really had a great Dreadnought list. Where is it though? Here we go. So I mean, I think this list is really good as far as a Stifle Knot build goes, but the problem with Stifle Knot is you often run into matchups where Stifle isn't that great after sideboarding. And also matchups where Phyrexian Dreadnought isn't that great. But if Stifle is good, that's less of an issue. You can just board out the Dreadnoughts. But there's matchups against Stompy decks or Ancient Tomb decks where Stifle typically isn't that great, and so you need a backup plan. And so I think this works out well in this deck because I can just run 2 Phyrexian Dreadnoughts, and then while my backup plan is to bring in Wren and Six plus Lonely Sandbar, which is also good against control decks where Phyrexian Dreadnought is lacking also. So I'm going to board out the Stifle Knot package here and bring in those guys and some Abrade. And then I would like to bring in some Pyroblasts. But I don't know how I'm going to make them fit. I'm on the draw. Definitely need to be able to kill those. Those Master Thopterists, whatever they are. Guess I'm comfortable going down to 2 days. And you know, I gotta be honest, I thought I had Spell Snare in my sideboard, but obviously I don't. But I don't have room for it anyway, so I guess that's fine. And this hand has Force of Will and Delver and Tarmogoyf and lands. So pretty much everything. Okay. Chalice on 1. Kind of tempting to pitch my Delver of Secrets. It's such a strong play. So having 2 monsters on the board is pretty exciting prospect for turn 2 there. Okay. The monsters are going to keep coming. Alright, what do we got here? It's not so bad. Would like to draw some interaction, and Abrade would be a sweet draw. Sure, he's playing some equipment in that deck. Sorcerer's Spyglass. Well, that's not going to do a whole lot for my opponent. Show me a flip. Flip. Attack with Insectile Aberration. It's sort of tempting to hold a Brainstorm and maybe try to answer a Chalice of the Void or something. Or I guess he's going to play Sorcerer Spyglass, but I just don't see how I can not be playing this Tarmogoyf here. Oh, he goes for the Crane instead, so. I wonder if he plays Baleful Strix, but we haven't seen black. A Baleful Strix would be unfortunate. So I think I am going to Brainstorm on my turn. A Wasteland would be a sick draw. Well, there's an Abrade. So I'm going to put back Volcanic Island. And then the second card should either be a Ponder or a Tarmogoyf. I mean, I could attack with my Tarmogoyf, and well, he'll double block the Delver, and then I could Abrade Glintless Crane. I kind of just want to Abrade that Seed of Synod, though. That would really restrict his mana. There's maybe better things I could be Abrading, though. And I do have more creatures. What do I want to do here? Man, limiting his mana probably would be good, but being able to kill off his Glint Nest Cranes is probably good too. What does that Psy Master Thopterus do? Okay. 1/4. It doesn't have flying, but the 1/1 tokens it certainly do. You have to sacrifice 2 artifacts to draw a card. Okay. Alright. I think I'm going to put back the Ponder. Man, I really want to Abrade that Seed of Synod. I think that's what I'm going to do. It's just so devastating. Don't want him to get his Mox Opal active. I do want to do something to sort of... Well, it's an aggro control deck. It's not just an aggro deck. Ah. Rain number 3. Well, I still have a chance to Ponder into Wasteland. That'd be pretty sweet. There's a Wasteland. Alright, that seems really good. I guess I'll draw Force before Pyroblast. He might have some kind of crazy artifact that I really want to force. Well, I guess Daze is almost starting to see me through. Back with Tarmogoyf. Play Tarmogoyf. Okay. Will Daze Glint Nest to number 3. Stop him from finding more artifact lands. I'm fine with that. graveyard. So we'll attack with a couple Tarmogoyfs. So he's got to start blocking here, which is good news because Delver can start getting through. I guess I know I'm about to draw a forest. I'm sure he doesn't have Wasteland. I'm just thinking about playing this Volcanic Island, but I guess there's no reason to entertain that notion. All right, this is the last call for my opponent here. All right, we will Pyroblast Crane in response. So I guess it worked out pretty well that I drew Pyroblast over Force of Will, which would do a whole lot of nothing at this point. Okay. Well, that was a quick 2-0. The number of Phyrexian Dreadnoughts cast remains at 0. Yeah, so this is what I am running. I guess these sideboards with a bunch of crazy one-ofs that you see in most Rug Delver lists, I'm just not a huge fan of. I think that for Tormod's Crypt is going to be pretty good against Hogak. I was trying some Graft Digger's Cage and Surgical Extraction combinations, but I found that you can sort of beat them pretty well. Well, with Surgical Extraction, I would just try to counter everything that they do pretty much. Including Force of Willing, Stitcher Supplier. But with Tormod's Crypt, though, it seems like it should be... Well, I can still just try to counter everything that they do. But if you have Tormod's Crypt, it seems like... well, that's like just as good as countering everything that they do. And not... it just requires way less resources. And so we'll see how that goes if we get paired up against Hogak. I am running the Gilded Drake. Seems like all kinds of depths lists are out there. And so I'm hoping that maybe we'll get to Gilded Drake someone also. Here we go. This looks like it's going to be Hogak. My opponent opts to do nothing, though. Right. Probably not much chance of getting Wastelanded here. If he does Wasteland me, it's not the end of the world. Alright, what does my opponent have here? The fact they did nothing turn 1. Ooh. Unmask pitching exhume. So obviously it's Reanimator. Definitely spell pierce this rather than lose my Force of Will. So obviously I think my sideboard's pretty loaded up for the Reanimator matchup. So if we win game 1 here, we should be in good shape. And the fact that he didn't start on like a Chancellor hand is very reassuring. Or some turn 1 win or something crazy like that, Well, I'm gonna Force of Will the Entomb. Well, I just have to jam the Tarmogoyf here. I just don't see any way around it. I guess there's no reason to crack the string. So hopefully that forcing that Entomb can hold him back for a bit, but see. Okay, one turn survived. Alright, so I'm definitely going to start with a Ponder. Stifle. Well, Stifle would counter Animate Dead. True-Name Nemesis. Let's see. Well, I'm probably going to definitely have to jam Tarmogoyf, and I can't hold up Stifle this turn. Maybe the best draw would just be to play True-Name Nemesis next turn. I could potentially, if he does get Gristlebrand and reanimate it, I might get put in the situation where he tries to attack and then draw 7 and I can stifle it. Well, let's see here. He's going to be going down to 17 this turn. 11 next turn. So it's going to be pretty quickly out of reanimate range, but nothing will stop him from exhuming Gristlebrand. Alright, I think I'm going to go with Stifle. I think I just have enough aggro components in play with 2 Tarmogoyfs, and that's the best decision. Just going to be to attack for as much as possible. Well, I just need some control components. And then maybe I draw Phyrexian Dreadnought and drop a 12/12 on the field. Maybe that gets the job done. What's he got for me this turn here? What are we doing? He's passing. Alright, Spell Pierce. Not a terrible draw. Alright. So, yeah, if he reanimates something here, we can just bolt him. And then Spell Pierce can counter a 2-drop. Alright, well, looks like we're just going to cruise to victory on the Tarmogoyf, so pretty excited about that. Alright, well, winning game 1 against Reanimator, always a great feeling. So I definitely don't feel I need Phyrexian Dreadnought on top of Gilded Drake. Don't need True-Name Nemesis. This is... need to leave some cards in. They often play Crypt Breaker, so you don't want to get caught without bolts. So which would I prefer, Wren and Six or True-Name Nemesis? And I think I prefer Wren and Six. And I might just go with 3 copies of Lightning Bolt and 2 copies of Wren and Six. Lightning Bolt, or Wren and Six also kills Crypt Breaker. Wren and Six always combines with Brainstorm, so you don't really need the Lonely Sandbar tech necessarily. So, I think I am comfortable with this loadout. Alright. Alright, well, this is one I'm going to keep. It's a little light in action, but we're on the draw. And, well, obviously you can't mulligan with a Force of Will and a Tormod Crypt. Maybe we'll play Crypt Breaker and I'll get to Lightning Bolt. That'd be a blowout. Dark Ritual. This never ends well. I'm just going to go ahead and force it and make sure I get a chance to play this Tormod's Crypt. Looting. Brand in the yard. We'll need to figure out a way to get another creature in the graveyard. I'm going to try to thin my deck here. Usually that means I draw a land. But I had a backup fetch land, so I was definitely going to try to thin my deck there. And I'll be doing it again this turn. Looks like my opponent's about to get there. Well, I admire the way my opponent went for it there. I guess I could draw a Gilded Drake, so I guess I won't quite yet. Well, I don't think my opponent's going to activate Grizzlebrand again. But, you know, they might. Alright, show me that Gilded Drake. No such luck. Alright. So he's probably going to attack, and then I'll probably get to Stifle a draw 7. So do we get another chance to draw a Gilded Drake? It's going to do nothing. Interesting. I guess I meant to filter my library, or thin it, I mean, with that Scalding Tarn, and I just didn't. It probably doesn't matter too much anyway. I guess I'll go ahead and bolt my opponent here. I mean, if he activates his... Well, no. There's just no way that... Because he's going to attack and get 17, 7. 2. Chancellor. Well, if I drew Gilded Drake, I would still be in this thing. He'd probably draw 7, and that would cause me to lose. But I would get to draw... No, I wouldn't get to draw it. Yeah, this is going to be it. Alright. Alright. Well, that was definitely respect my opponent for winning through a Tormod's Crypt and a Force of Will, but, you know, we were on the draw. It can definitely happen. Shall I make any adjustments? Lightning Bolt really wasn't great. And Wren and Six is an answer to Crypt Breaker. I could just do this. Lonely Sandbar is an extra cantrip to find Tormod's Crypt and stuff. Okay. A couple less instants for Delver of Secrets for sure, but Lightning Bolt was pretty bad that game. Okay. Alright, well, I'm going to keep. Opponent mulligans, that's good. Always got to make sure about how many Chancellors they revealed, because if it's 2, it feels stupid. When you walk your Tormod's Crypt into 2 Chancellor triggers. So I don't have to worry about whether I'm playing Stifle or Ponder this turn, so it takes the pressure off me at least. Cabal Therapy. I think he's about to miss with Cabal Therapy. If he names Ponder, that'd be pretty epic. Cabal Therapy is a crazy card. This is a situation where it is. Well, it's obviously good when it hits, I guess. Is obvious statement of the year. Ugh, I really wanted that second land. That Force of Will's pretty good, though. What am I going to do here? Take the Force of Will? I guess he blew his Cabal Therapy. If I keep, though, it's like really obvious that I have Force of Will and making it easy to play around. I guess maybe he'll think I have like Surgical Extraction or something, perhaps. But it seems like it'd be pretty obvious that I have Force of Will. He is on a mulligan. I have more cantrips. Force of Will is a pretty good one. I probably won't hit a land if I do shuffle. All right, I'm gonna not try not to get too greedy here. I guess I feel shuffling would be greedy in this case. But I mean, he might just go ahead and play like Where on my Tormod's Crypt this turn, and I would feel foolish about having shuffled away the Force of Will if such an event were to occur. We'll just try to have another crack at this Ponder next turn here. Ooh, okay, I just get to go again. All right, let's try this again. Shuffle. That is relief. Whew. Okay. So if the opponent does nothing here, I'm going to Brainstorm on their end step and then play Wren and Six next turn. And it does look like they are doing nothing. Those are some Delvers. Don't see really why I need the second Delver. Don't really need the land either, though. I don't know. Maybe I should have given more thought to just playing 2 Delvers this turn instead of Wren and Six. I guess I thought I was drawing Delver this turn. I messed it up, folks. Would be good to start pressuring my opponent and getting them off Reanimate. I guess Tarmogoyf doesn't do a crazy amount for me right here. I mean, Wren and Six. But I would like to shuffle my library, on the other hand. I think I'm just going to proceed with a Wren and Six here. There's another Tarmogoyf. Play Tarmogoyf. And I don't... I think playing a Delver's fine. Reanimate. I kind of just want to force this. And keep my Tormod's Crypt in play. Because I think... like, Force is susceptible to discard spells. Not unacceptable. So I guess that could have been Lightning Bolt. Alright. I gotta hope that this Crypt and the Stifle see me through here. If it's not enough, I'll be pretty upset with myself. Dark Ritual. Guess he could play like Grave Titan. Animate Dead. Yeah, we'll just stifle this. Okay. Well, 2 matches in. No Dreadnoughts or Gilded Drakes cast. Match 3, about to start here. Alright, this hand just doesn't really do anything on the draw here. This hand will have to do... I've drawn Phyrexian Dreadnought and Delver Secrets. That's pretty crazy. Fortunately, I think I have to bottom Phyrexian Dreadnought. Pretty high risk, high reward on this mulligan. If I draw a second land, I almost certainly want to get that Wren and Six cast. So, I guess that's what it is. I hope I get to cast Phyrexian Dreadnought at some point. Basic Island. Preordain. Alright. So, I'm thinking probably Blue-Red Delver. Don't think Miracles runs too many Scalding Tarn these days, but I think it's a 2 of at most. Alright. We'll send out the Delver of Secrets. Lotus Petal. Oh, so I guess it is the Storm combo. This hand isn't terrible against Storm if I get to untap, and especially if I draw a land. So I guess actually it's probably Sneak and Show. That's not bad. Will attack with Sectile Aberration. I'm just not going to take any chances and just Brainstorm on my opponent's end step. Try this Spell Pierce. Opponent plays Flusterstorm. I like to let their Flusterstorm counters resolve, or copies, I mean. Play Daze. Okay. Well, that was nice. Pack. Sectile Aberration. Opponent plays Ponder. Play Brainstorm. Opponent pierces. Play Misty. And I'm just gonna hold up on Brainstorm until they play something I want to respond to. I mean, I love jamming Wren and Six, but I just don't think that this is the place. I think that's okay. What are we drawing? It's sort of tempting just to play Brainstorm here, because there's cards I want to put back. I guess I should just play Ponder. There's a chance that some shenanigans could happen. My opponent plays Show and Tell. They're going to be forcing stuff, but these are all terrible. Alright, it's not really what I wanted. Well, I guess maybe the play was to play this Brainstorm sooner. Sneak attack. Ah. Alright, well, so the plan is going to be to try to stifle that activation and hope they don't have Daze. And then I can play Wren and Six and -1 them. But I guess when you have cards to shuffle away with Sneak Attack, you most certainly do want Shuffling with Brainstorm. I guess that's really obvious. You don't want to get jammed up like I did here. But it looks like we're going to prevail. Unless they have Simian Spirit Guide. Alright. Don't need True-Name or Sinkhole. Definitely want these. They play some amount of defense grids and arcane artisans. I think I'll just stick with 2 Wren and Sixes and the 2 Lonely Sandbar. That seems fine. Alright. Hopefully I'll get to cast a Gilded Drake this game. That always fills my heart with joy. Or really just put into playoff show and tell. Alright, well, I mean, this hand has Gilded Drake, so... One, well, a good thing about Chitaxian Pro being out of the metagame, banned entirely, that they won't get to see it coming at all. Alright. We'll jam Delver. My defenses are down, opponent. Do you want to cast show and tell? Delver number 2. Arcane Artisan. So I can just Abrade this. Don't see why I would not just try for that. I can force and wolf my turn. On my turn if need be. So this Volcanic Island lets me play around Daze. I guess that will be fine. Does show and tell play Daze anymore? I think a lot of the lists do, especially on the play. Would be a good card. Brainstorm. Lotus Petal. Well, I'm all set on 3 lands. Pyroblast, not a bad one. I don't really want to tap out for Tarmogoyf here. I just need to make sure Sneak Attack doesn't resolve. Hopefully he doesn't have Omniscience. They always draw a bunch of cards here and then lose the game. It's pretty funny. Okay. Yes, nothing fills my heart with joy like you know, putting Gilded Drake into playoff show and tell. Also good against 2020 avatars. Alright, so 3 matches, 1 Gilded Drake put into play, 0 Phyrexian Dreadnoughts. Maybe we can get there around 4. Just trying to think. I don't think we've had great Phyrexian Dreadnought matchups. We had Reanimator. And man, I cannot remember for the life of me what that first matchup was right now. Alright. I'm going to keep... Well, the good thing about Phyrexian Dreadnought is you know which card to put on the bottom of your library. On the play. Yeah. Well, just when you mulligan, you just have to put Phyrexian Dreadnought on the bottom, unfortunately. But what if that was some other card, like a Spell Snare or something? Maybe I would, you know, not put it on the bottom. And be in a worse position. Okay. It's always good when you only have 1 land. Your opponent just walks into Stifle. Because it's really awkward on turn 2 if you don't draw follow-up land. Ooh. This is going well. Jam Tarmogoyf here. So Verdant Catacombs may mean we're up against a Dark Depth deck. Which would mean Gilded Drake will be a hilarious card for games 2 and 3. And it looks like it's gonna be. So we'll play Wren and Six. Flooded Strand. Play Flooded Strand. I guess I'm fine not pondering here. Saving it for Force of Will. Now I'll play Ponder. These cards seem good. I guess the second Spell Pierce is what I want most pressingly. Be happy to draw Brainstorm next turn. Alright. So, which build is my opponent on of depths? Are they running Hogak? They have a crazy Asian sounding name. It's YUNGWN. I hope that's not racist. It just sounds Asian to me. Those are cards I would definitely want. Can probably survive without the Sinkhole. Or True-Name. Or Phyrexian Dreadnought. See, it's interesting because if it's like one of those lists running Pithing Needle, I most certainly want these Abrades. And then if it's not, Abrade would be pretty bad. I wonder if I can find just one of these lists for reference very quickly here. Plays Mox Diamond. He does have some Pithy Needles in the board, so Abrade won't be a complete dud. That's good to know. I'm feeling that he's probably on some kind of Hogak build. I think what I may do is cut some Dazes. Alright, this seems like some kind of loadout. Hopefully we draw the right combination of answers. This hand looks like a hand that can win. Alright, well, my opponent is deliberating over their hand, or maybe they've gone to make a sandwich. They elect to keep. I'll keep as well. Mox Diamond. Starting Serigi Step to play Thoughtseize. Alright, opponent, what will you take? Brainstorm. Certainly fine. I mean, the other cards in my hand aren't bad. I'm definitely going to just throw caution to the winds and play Delver of Secrets. And they do play the Kelny Garden, so I believe I've predicted this correctly. Alright, it's a Turbo Delver draw. Let's see what kind of turn 2 my opponent can put together. I'm definitely going to deploy one Delver of Secrets and hold up Pierce next turn. Unless, my Pierce gets discarded. In which case, I will most certainly deploy two Delvers of Secrets. Force of Will. That's not a bad one. And Spell Pierce doesn't do that much here. It's sort of tempting just to jam Ponder. He could just play Dark Depths next turn, but what are the chances of that? I guess if he does play Dark Depths next turn, I'll be able to chump block with Delver of Secrets, and that might buy me just the time that I need to find a Gilded Drake with his Ponder. So. Alright. My opponent has two Kelny Guardians. Well, that is a Dark Depths. That is a 2020. All right. With that being the case, I will thin my library. I guess I don't see a reason to bolt anything as of yet. Gilded Drake. Well, that improves my chances of finding Gilded Drake, so that's pretty cool. Play Ponder. Guess I'll just shuffle and try. I could get that Tarn, and then yeah, I don't think that really helps. I just need to buy time. I guess hopefully I don't get hit with a discard spell next turn, but I want to. Well, I'll just hope he doesn't have a discard spell. Yeah, it looks like he's got a discard spell. Alright. Well, I think that I can block for 3 turns. Ooh. Okay. Tarmogoyf is not it. Yeah. Alright. Ah. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna lose to this 2020. There is nothing I can do, right? I'll flip my Delver and it can block. I could attack with. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Well, sometimes they just have it. On the play here. So my opponent has not shown the Hogak side of their deck yet. Well, I definitely want these Dazes. What do I want to cut here? Bring in that Abrade. Cut all the bolts. Abrade can always hit Mox Diamond, which can be pretty good. It slows him down a whole turn. And Stifle already answers Hex Mage. Alright. Going to try it. Alright, this is for the forces of good. Alright, this hand seems acceptable. Yes, Rug Delver definitely on this side of good. Uh, it's hard work keeping Rug tempo relevant in the legacy metagame for all these years. And so that's just what we're trying to do here. All right. I'm comfortable with this so far. Probably Brainstorm on my opponent's end step. Swamp. Pithing Needle. It does so little. But I guess I'll go ahead and Daze it. See if he wants to bite with his Verdant Catacombs. Yes, this is a play I enjoy making. Berg. Thoughtseize. That's tropical. Play Brainstorm. Several cards here that I would like. So I'll probably deploy Wren and Six. And then he can have his choice of these guys. I'll put Brainstorm underneath Wren and Six. I think that'll be fine. Play Wren and Six off the Volcanic Island. Alright. Fine with him taking Stifle. Make it easy not to sacrifice that fetch land on my turn. Or sacrifice that fetch land and stop me from drawing the Brainstorm on top of my library. He plays Vampire Hexmage. I'm forcing it. Well, I mean, that seems fine. I've got the Abrade. Play Abrade. Sacrifice my fetch land. Play Brainstorm. Very interesting. Okay, well, these are what we like to see. So, I think that one Wasteland will suffice. I guess there's really no reason to. I can just keep drawing other fetch lands if I need. I can get fetch lands back with Wren and Six, is what I'm trying to say. Try out this Tormod's Crypt. Okay. Well, there you have it. I don't know if he was playing Hogak. A little disappointed. I did not get to cast Gilded Drake in that game. But obviously the amount of depths in the metagame, I obviously think that Gilded Drake is pretty good. A lot of show and tell. Like, this deck is a weaker configuration for sure against the control matchups, we know, without Nimble Mongoose. And with Phyrexian Dreadnought in the deck, but it seems like show and tell and dark depths are pretty good against those crazy snow control decks. And so I'm just not seeing those matchups very much. And yeah, so this configuration has seemed pretty good. Yeah. I guess we've done okay without Spell Snare in the sideboard. Spell Snare does shine against Delver matchups where it counters Tarmogoyf and Dreadhorde Arcanist. It's obviously good against Storm, and it's good against Control. So I guess in the Delver matchups, we do have Phyrexian Dreadnought to make up for the lack of Spell Snare. Against Control, or, I don't know, I guess we don't really have anything quite like it. All right, on the play for game 3, so that is exciting. And this hand is a keep. So I'm definitely going to deploy Ponder on turn 1. See how we can set up our library. Okay. These are cards that I like to see. So I think I will draw Wasteland and then Tarmogoyf. Hopefully Wasteland is good, but if not, we can just try to brainstorm it away. If Wasteland proves not to be good, I might consider not playing Tarmogoyf next turn. But if it looks like Wasteland is good, it'll be full steam ahead the Tarmo train. Opponent is slow and deliberate. I'm feeling some kind of Ancient Tomb deck is my prediction. Oh. Delver of Secrets. Okay. So I am going to try to force it. I just don't have an answer here. And I am going to Wasteland. Maybe my opponent was being deliberate because they kept a 1-lander Delver hand, which I do all the time, and I get punished just like this all the time. So should be drawing that Ponder this turn, and it's going to be pretty easy just to play Volcanic, play Ponder, pass. I could jam Tarmogoyf. He didn't Daze to save his Delver of Secrets. I guess if he does Daze, he's going to be pretty far behind. I guess in these tempo matchups, it's pretty good to press the board state. You know, you got to press your opponent typically. All right, let's see if they have Daze. Pretty big game if they don't. And the thing is, if they somehow end up resolving Wren and Six next turn, if I don't like pondering the Daze, it's horrendous. But if Tarmogoyf is in play, then obviously their Wren and Six is not super effective. It ends up being, see, a 2 mana. Sure, there's some spell that lets you search your library and put a land into your hand. I guess 2 mana cantrip that finds you a land every time. Be a fair description. All right. Let's see how my opponent responds. A Tarmogoyf of their own? Yes, it is. All right. I'll start with attack my own Tarmogoyf. No blocks. I'll play Ponder. Alright, Daze, not bad. There's True-Name. So we'll draw a Daze here. And just be trying to force through this True-Name next turn. I might Brainstorm on my end step. Depending on what they do. I'd love to stifle this, if possible. We'll just see what this Brainstorm builds. I know I want to play True-Name next turn, but okay. Well, I will get to play at least a round Daze when I cast my True-Name next turn. Well, if I end up dazing something here, I won't. Ooh, it's the old 3 mana. So we might be getting an Abrupt Decay on our Tarmogoyf here. Yeah, it seems like 4-color Delvers definitely made a resurgence in the metagame. I feel like it used to not. This deck. Well, it does lose pretty hard to Wasteland in my experience, but unfortunately I've not. Well, I did Wasteland my opponent, and they shrugged it off completely, so. But I feel like I am about to get Abrupt Decay here. Too bad I did not find that Stifle. But I expect this True-Name Nemesis will resolve. And I should get to follow it up with Brainstorm next turn. But kind of in a vulnerable position, especially if he plays Wren and Six. Well, he'll have a Leovold. Leovold's a good one. But I do have a Bolt to answer. No Force of Will? Okay. Then I will play Brainstorm. Okay, there's a Wren and Six. So I like that. So we'll put back Wren and Six. Play Wasteland. Wasteland is Tropical Island. Then hopefully we can get this Wren and Six engine going next turn, and that'll be pretty good. And we'll just have to play. I don't fancy my odds in that race at this time. If he can just not do anything too crazy this turn, and I can get this Wren and Six down, that would be nice. And I wish that he would wasteland me. Not wastelanding me is definitely a good play here. Hopefully he like slams Dreadhorde Arcanist and I get to Daze it. Obviously, if he plays Dreadhorde Arcanist around Daze, that will be unfortunate. Okay. Alright, well this is going to be pretty big if it resolves. I guess he is likely to have some kind of answer. Even if I did minus that, I feel like a pretty good chance he would find like have a bolt or something. But he's not too far ahead on board. I can just get an answer. That insectile aberration. Well, he would have just bolted me in the head anyway. Response to my second Wasteland. I tried to Wasteland him off. Brainstorm. All right. Well, this is a matchup where I like Phyrexian Dreadnought on the upside. All right. Perhaps this will be the game I get to cast Phyrexian Dreadnought. Here we go. All right, I'm keeping. Definitely could get Wastelanded out of this game. Not yet, though. There's the Phyrexian Dreadnought. Oh, woo, what do I want to do here? And unfortunately, it's not a great spot for Phyrexian Dreadnought. Just loses to Daze pretty bad, and I definitely want a Wasteland. Hold up Stifle. He doesn't play a fetch land, though, I mean. Well, he played a fetch land. Maybe I can draw a land. There's Brainstorm. It's sort of tempting just to play Ponder, but I guess I can't afford to miss. Yup. Okay. That's all fine. I get to play Ponder now. Play Ponder. Miss on lands. Find the land. Whew. Alright. Alright, so he's just gonna wasteland me. It was sort of questionable whether I was gonna get like a volcanic, tropical, or what he was gonna do. It was nice that he wastelanded me right away there. That might have been a time when maybe he should have held up for a bit there, which can sometimes be a good play. Like he should have wastelanded me on my upkeep. Alright. So I'm so tempted to play this Brainstorm. If I miss on lands, though, it'll be a catastrophe. But I risk getting pretty far behind if I don't play Brainstorm. So here we go. Well, it's a catastrophe. Alright. Oh man, I didn't set up my library right either for Delver. But I'll be playing Ponder next turn anyway. But that's pretty bad. Okay. Well, this isn't catastrophic yet. Man, I should have at least. I guess he probably boarded out Thoughtseize. But man, I should have really taken my time with that Brainstorm. It's pretty frustrating when you don't draw any lands. No excuse. Play Ponder. Have a red blast. Looks like he does. Yep. Well, these Phyrexian Dreadnoughts aren't very good here, but the real issue is I just don't have any lands. That's gonna be game. Guess I can sinkhole that Wren and Six. Certainly better than playing Delver. Okay. Well, if I magically string together a couple more lands here, maybe we can hang in there, but probably a pretty rough spot. If I did somehow like draw a tropical island though and get to resolve this Wren and Six, I guess he didn't do anything too substantial. Ah. Well, that snuffs out any worries about that. All right. I guess there's really no point in wasting it. And, Alright. Alright, well. I mean, I guess this was interesting. So I guess Phyrexian Dreadnought just didn't really do very much. Too bad. I just got stuck on lands there. I guess it wasn't very good though. I don't know. I felt like I like running no spell snares. I thought worked pretty well. But I guess Phyrexian Dreadnought may not be Dreadnought's time in the metagame. But other things about this build, Gilded Drakes, the Crypts, the Braids, the Pyroblast, this all worked out pretty well. So I'll keep tinkering with it, and that's all for now. Thanks for watching, guys.